Hello and welcome to Scratch Programming. Today we're going to be looking at a conditional statement known as an if statement. So, an if statement is a programming conditional statement that, if proved true, performs a function or displays information. What you're seeing here is an example of an if statement in Scratch, which we're going to be creating in a moment. Let's just have a little look at the code and break it down. The code asks a user to enter their name. So we've got ask, what is your name, and wait. If the name entered is Sid, then the program will display the text hello Sid. So if the answer, which is the input from their name, is equal to Sid, then say hello Sid. So the condition here is Sid, which we've got with this operator. Answer is equal to Sid, then say hello. The answer is whatever the user entered for their name. Okay, so now let's move over to Scratch and let's program it. Okay, and welcome to Scratch. Scratch is a block-based programming, and what that means is each block is code. Okay, now there's different sections. So if you want motion, there's a bunch of motion blocks. If you want to change the look, there's a bunch of look blocks, sound, events, control, etc. And you'll learn these as we progress with our programming. Okay, so now we want to create an if statement, and we want to create the example that's on our worksheet. Okay, so what we need is a sensor. Okay, now it's called sensing. So what you want is to grab the block which says ask what's your name and wait. Now this is a string of text. Okay, you can change this string of text, but we'll leave it for what is your name just for now. Okay, now if we go to control, and what we're looking for is an if condition. Okay, so we want to grab this if and just click it in, and as you can see it just drops in. Now if you're doing this on a mobile or tablet device, you'll see in the top right hand corner a picture of me doing this, so it does work. Right, so at the moment we've got a bit of a question. Okay, so we've got ask what's your name and wait. At the moment if it's blank, then it does nothing. Okay, so let's build it up. Now we need an operator so we can do some sort of comparisons. Okay, and you can just drop it inside. Now we also need to take the input from this and then run it as a condition. So we do that by clicking on sensing, and we're just going to grab this variable. Okay, this variable is just going to hold the answer. Okay, so whatever the user inputs. So at the moment we've got ask what's your name and wait. If the answer is equal to 50, then it's going to do nothing at the moment. So we can also change this. Okay, we're going to change this value from 50 and we're going to put Sid. Okay, it doesn't matter if it's lowercase or capital S, doesn't matter. Okay, so at the moment we've got what is your name. If the answer is equal to Sid, then nothing. Okay, so let's make it do something. Let's go to looks and we want to say, okay, we'll grab that block which says say hello for 2 seconds. Okay, so at the moment we've got ask what's your name and wait. If the answer is equal to Sid, then say hello for 2 seconds. Now, how do we run the program? Good question. Go to events, select when the green flag is clicked. To run the green flag, it's at the top here, which basically means start your program, and the red button means stop your program. So let's run our program. Sprite says what is your name. Let's type in Sid, S-I-D, press enter or click on the arrow, and the conditions run hello because it's met. Well done. Okay, so if you was to grab the wrong block, for example, all you would do is right click and select delete block. If you're on a mobile device, just press and hold on that block and you'll get the same options, and you just select delete block. Okay, so we've just created our first if statement program, and we've got a question here which says what will happen if the user enters a different input other than Sid. So if the user doesn't enter Sid, there's no condition met, so the program doesn't display anything. This is where the if else statement comes in. Now the else being if you don't meet the condition, well, we do something else. So let's go through this program, and the code's changed slightly. Okay, so let's have a look. First, the condition is looking at an input to see if the value is less than 16. So we're asking the user, how old are you? If the answer is less than 16, we're going to say you are still in school. So if the value is less than 16, the program will say you are still in school. However, what if the user is not less than 16? Well, we can put an else statement in, okay, which basically says if this first condition isn't met, then run this condition, which is the else. So if the value is not less than 16, the program will move to the else condition and print you are in sixth form. Okay, so now we're going to create this program. Okay, so we're going to create our first if-else statement. This is our original program. If we grab the if block, we can pull it down. What I want you to do is right click and select delete. If you're on a mobile device, press and hold on the if block. You'll get the same options and select delete. Now we need to go to the control section, select control, and we want an if then else, okay? If then else, drag and drop it over, okay? We need an operator so we can do our comparison, and we want the less than sign, okay? Because we want to ask how old the user is. If they are less than 16, we want to do something, okay? So we're going to change this string of text. So where it says ask what is your name, select what is your name, delete, and we want to say how old are you, okay? If so we want to take the input, which we will do, go into sensing, select the variable answer. So whatever the answer they give, we want to match it with this operator. If the answer is less than, we don't want 50, so change that to 16. So how old are you? If the answer is less than 16, let's go to looks, and we want to say, if you are less than 16, say you are still in school. Okay, but if they're not less than 16, let's run another condition, which is the else, and say you are in sixth form. Okay, so if we run this code now, when the green flag is clicked, let's select go. Okay, how old are you? Let's say we are 18. Press the tick. You are in sixth form, okay? So we noticed it didn't meet this first condition. It wasn't less than 16 because the input was 18, so it went straight to the else condition. So let's stop. Let's run the program again, and let's meet the first condition. So if the answer is less than 16, so let's put 14, select the tick, okay? And notice you are still in school. It runs the first condition because it was met, okay? Well done. Fantastic.